Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today as we explore how sport nutrition can directly impact performance in one of the most explosive events in athletics, the men's 100-meter dash. This presentation is grounded in current research and designed for practitioners, coaches, and fellow nutrition professionals working with elite sprint athletes. Today, we'll cover energy system dynamics, training demands, body composition goals, macronutrient planning, nutrient timing, and ergogenic aids. Everything necessary to optimize performance in this brief but brutally demanding event. The title of today's presentation is Applied Sport Nutrition for Sport Performance, the 100-meter dash, evidence-based approach to fueling elite speed. And of course, my name is Ethan Riley. Primary energy systems in sprinting energy system contribution. The 100-meter dash, which lasts around 9 to 11 seconds for elite men, relies predominantly on the ATP-PC system, contributing about 80 to 90% of total energy. This pathway provides immediate energy for maximal efforts, but is rapidly depleted within 8 to 9 seconds. The glycolytic system provides the remaining 10 to 20%, kicking in as phosphocreatine stores decline. While the oxidative system plays a negligible role during the sprint itself, it is vital, however, for recovery, especially during training when multiple sprints are performed in a single session. Effective nutrition, of course, supports the replenishment of phosphocreatine and glycogen between sprints, which is essential for maintaining training quality and promoting adaptation. Training and competition demands. Sprinters train with high frequency and even higher intensity. A typical training week may include 4 to 6 days of focused work, often split between sprint mechanics, resistance training, plyometrics, and mobility. Each sprint rep is executed at 95 to 100% intensity or all out, demanding significant neuromuscular coordination and rapid energy availability. During in-season, sprinters often compete once or twice per week, with preliminary heats and finals happening on the same day. These demands call for exceptional nutritional periodization to support high-quality outputs in training, promote recovery, and minimize fatigue accumulation over time. So here you can see a little breakdown of sort of the pillars of training and competition demands. You, of course, have sprinting, which will be about 1 to 3 times a week. Plyometrics and ballistics, about 1 to 2 times per week. Recovery, mobility, and mechanics are happening every day. Resistance training about 2 to 3 times per week, and then competition once per week, with anywhere between 1 to 2 times per day on that competition day. Optimizing body composition for power and speed. In sprinting, body composition isn't just aesthetic, it is performance critical. Athletes aim to maximize lean muscle mass, especially in the glutes, hamstrings, and quads, to produce maximal levels of force during ground contact time. At the same time, of course, minimizing non-functional mass like excess body fat, which reduces the energy cost of acceleration. In the off-season, athletes may pursue hypertrophy, while in preseason they often refine their physique to optimize the power-to-weight ratio. Crucially, body composition goals must align with energy availability. Excessive cutting can impair performance and recovery. Strategic carbohydrate intake is key to preserving lean mass and performance during body recomposition phases. So you can see here, we would like to have our athletes be anywhere between that 8 to 12 range to support performance in training. Daily macronutrient targets. Macronutrient targets for 100-meter sprinters must be tightly aligned with training load and body composition goals. So for carbohydrates, or CHO, we look to be around 5 to 7 grams per kilogram per day, which is appropriate for in-season to support glycogen replenishment and sprint repeatability. During high volume phases, however, intake may exceed this number. For protein, or PRO, like to be around 1.8 to 2.4 grams per kilogram per day to support muscle maintenance and repair, with higher intakes recommended during body composition manipulation or injury recovery. For fats, we look to be around 20 to 25% of daily caloric intake, which covers essential needs and supports hormone production. And of course, these are not static values. They must be adjusted based on training intensity, competition frequency, and athlete response. Carbohydrate strategy and glycogen management. Though the 100-meter dash is short, repeated training sessions accumulate glycogen depletion. Single 100-meter sprint can use up to 8 to 12% of local muscle glycogen. Multiply that by sprint repeats, technical drills, and lifting, and the cumulative load is significant. Daily carbohydrate availability is essential not just for energy, but also for sustaining power outputs and preserving neuromuscular efficiency. Low glycogen availability impairs sprint quality and increases injury risk. While full-scale carbohydrate loading protocols are more relevant for endurance, consistent carbohydrate intake around sessions remains a critical factor for performance. Nutrient timing protocols or fueling windows, pre, during, and post-exercise and performance. Nutrient timing enhances training quality and accelerates recovery. So for pre-training, a balanced meal of around 1 to 3 grams per kilogram of carbohydrates and around 0.3 grams per kilogram of protein 2 to 3 hours before training primes glycogen stores and promotes readiness within the body. During training, most sessions don't require intra-workout fueling unless they extend beyond 60 to 75 minutes, where hydration and electrolytes may suffice. Post-training, within 30 minutes, aim for around 0.8 to 1.0 grams per kilogram of carbohydrates and 20 to 30 grams of complete protein to kickstart glycogen resynthesis and muscle repair. However, these windows are not rigid, but they offer a flexible framework to help sprinters recover faster and train harder the next session. Recovery nutrition beyond the workout. Recovery isn't limited to post-training shakes. It's a 24-hour process involving even protein distribution, energy sufficiency, and hydration. Total daily protein should be divided into 4 to 5 meals and snacks containing 20 to 40 grams of protein each to maximize muscle protein synthesis. And of course, we would also need to incorporate omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidant-rich foods, and anti-inflammatory compounds from whole foods to support muscle repair. Additionally, sleep hygiene, stress management, and gut health are emerging nutritional frontiers that indirectly support recovery and readiness. Comprehensive strategy sustains the high training outputs required for 100-meter performance. Ergogenic aids for performance. Let's discuss performance-enhancing supplements with robust evidence. Firstly, starting off with creatine monohydrate. This enhances phospho-creatine resynthesis, improving sprint capacity and training volume, especially in repeated bouts. Next are nitrates. These aid blood flow and mitochondrial efficiency, though evidence in elite sprinters is still evolving. Next is caffeine. This can improve reaction time, neural drive, and perceived exertion, effective doses being around 3 to 6 milligrams per kilogram of body weight, taken 45 to 60 minutes before exercise, and then beta-alanine. This is less direct for short sprints, but may support performance in repeated sprint sessions by buffering acidosis. Finally, a summary and application from research to real-world practice. To conclude, sport nutrition for the 100-meter dash is about precision. Small adjustments in macronutrient timing, body composition strategy, or supplement choice can yield marginal gains, the difference between first and fourth at the elite level. Practitioners must translate research into personalized plans, monitor responses, and adjust as training phases evolve. And in short, we must connect science to strategy, ensuring that every decision supports explosive power, fast recovery, and peak competition readiness. Thank you all so much for your time today. I'm going to be attaching a 15-question quiz, a CEU quiz, in the description of this video. Again, thank you for listening along. You learned something today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.